Welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, Illinois, where these 35 MacTools Cup Series drivers arrive for race 11 of this 17-race season. 41 laps around this mile-and-a-half D-shaped tri-oval. It should be a lot of fun. We saw the thrills and spills at Talladega. Nathan Stapleton up in the booth, and he has joined us once again in the MacTools Cup Series booth. Nathan, welcome into the booth.
Thanks for having me for the second straight race in the MacTools Cup Series. It's going to be a pretty good one, I think, here at Chicagoland. A unique mile and a half for sure, and it's going to be really cool to see if who will get the win in Illinois.
Alright, so we saw the winner of the last race come from the mid-pack area. It was Zachary Fitzwater taking the win at Talladega last week. Where do you think the winner's going to come from this week? The back, the middle, the front?
Honestly, Chicagoland, it is a very tough track to pass on. So, I think if you want to win, you have to be inside the top 10. If you are outside the top 10, you probably won't have a shot at the race win. But then again, we saw that at Talladega where Fitzwater worked his way throughout the field and got the win. So anything's possible here in the MacTools Cup Series, and it's going to be a good one here at Chicagoland.
Alright, and one more question before we get to the starting lineup. This track is known for multiple grooves of racing, but do you think we're going to see guys stay on the bottom side primarily, or do you think we'll start to see them creep into the middle and high grooves as this race goes along?
Well, I think on the start of the race and on fresh tires, it's going to be mostly on the bottom, but then as the one goes on and as the race goes on, it will become multiple grooves, and possibly the high side might be the dominant lane. So it's going to be interesting to see. But one thing for sure, Chicagoland will not disappoint here today.
Absolutely. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at your starting lineup here at Chicagoland. In row 1, we find Gatlin Downey and Jacob Brits. In row 2, we're going to find Casey Nanako and Ryan Benjamin. In row 3, Ben Jung and Camden Jasiorski. And in row 4, we're going to find Alexander Jones and Cody Rhodes. In row 5, Mike Cook and Drwish Junior. In row 6, Damian Blue and Christian Holder, a couple of Roush teammates there. In row 7, we're going to find Benny Watson and Talladega winner last week, Zachary Fitzwater. In row 8, Samet Ozkan and Caleb Colburn. In row 9, Noah Clifton and Trip McGinnis. And in row 10, we're going to find Mark Sylas and Zack Winkle. That's your top 20. Row 11, we find Robert Crouch and Trey Wright. And in row 12, we find Jonathan Martin and Sebastian Kukulon. In row 13, we're going to find Hunter Blade and Ryan Minneker. In row 14, Jeremiah Dwayne and Dakota Prior. In row 15, Jarrett Tallmadge and Ethan Hoffman. In row 16, we're going to find Jason Dady and Aric Jacks. In row 17, we're going to find Bradley Reim and Alexander Jones. And rounding us out, in row 18, 35th place, Ace Garcia. And here's your race facts for race 11, Chicagoland Speedway. 35 cars, 41 laps, the mile-and-a-half D-shaped oval, the tri-oval like Kansas. Remember the last time we came to a track like this was Kansas, and Ryan Benjamin won. Look for that 9 car to be strong today. We'll just enjoy the show that we've got coming. It's going to be a good one here in Illinois. And with that, the engines are fired and we are getting ready to roll off here at Chicagoland. We'll do one pace lap around. There you see the field rolling off pit road. into turn one behind the pace car. So Nathan, going through the starting lineup there, can you find a guy who would be your pick today?
Well, there's a lot of heavy hitters throughout the top 10 and top 15, but a couple guys that I have my eyes on has to be the 21 of Benny Watson, Zachary Fitzwater, and possibly that number 29 as well. But overall, the top 5 have the best shot.
Alright, as we are getting ready to set to get this race going, we're glad y'all are here. Hope you're staying clean, taking care of yourselves, your family. Be sure to wash your hands and shower up and freshen up every night. Keep yourselves clean so we can stop the spread of COVID. Pace car is down onto pit road. We are ready to get this thing started. Gatlin Downey in the 37 bringing us to the green. Off into one, he moves to the outside. Nanako down low in the one. Downey hanging tough on the outside. He's going to edge ahead going down the back straightaway.
2-5-2 going for the race lead. And Gatlin Downey will keep the race lead for now, but Nanako all over the back bumper.
Nanako falling back a little bit. He bottomed out off turn 4. Downey's going to lead that first lap. Off into one, you see him building a sizable lead over the one car. Are they going to be able to catch up behind? We'll just have to see throughout this race.
One of the top 2 are starting to have a little bit of a gap over third place, but right when I say that, they finally stop battling for third, and they will try to challenge the top 2.
It is still Downey ahead. Casey Nanako in the second position. Ben Jung moving into the third position. Ryan Benjamin, who won the last time we went 2.5 miles down in Kansas, currently sitting in the fourth position. Looks like we had one engine blow up on the second lap of this race. It was Noah Clifton. He's currently listed in 35th with a gearbox failure. Tough luck for him, who was coming in second in points. That's going to be a huge blow to that 01 car.
Yeah, that is a really unfortunate break for Noah Clifton. Has been having a really good season, but unfortunately, he's going to have a bad race here at Chicagoland.
He's had his fair share of trouble in this season, but most of the time he was able to make it to the end of the race. Unfortunately, this time, looks like he's going to be the first car out of the race and behind the wall. Meanwhile, checking in back up front, we have a side-by-side, or had a side-by-side, with Casey Nanako and Ryan Benjamin. Nanako holding on the inside to hold on to third position, but look at this gap from 4th to 5th that has developed. Going into spectator view, look at how big that gap is back to Jezorski. That is almost a full second. That is a full second, actually, over Camden. Look at slow car. Trouble for Ben Jung in the 20. Another mechanical failure.
That is 5 mechanical failures that we've seen in the past 2 races. And unfortunately, 20 for Joliet Racing is going to stop on race track. Will that bring out the caution?
Caution is not out yet. Looks like he's just going to be teleported back to pit road. But with that, Gatlin Downey has built a second .65 lead over Ryan Benjamin in the 9. A huge gap. Is he going to be able to make that up before pit cycles? We're going to see pit cycles around lap 23 or so. Will they have time to get back up there and challenge for this lead?
Honestly, it might be close, but the bright side for Ryan Benjamin is that he's not by himself. He has plenty of cars, 5 of them right behind him, and all 6 of those cars are going to fly to close in on the race lead. Not if they do that, though,
Goodness, 3 wide going into turn 3. Chesiorski, the benefactor, on the outside, slingshotting by Casey Nanako and Mike Cook. A great move by the mailman.
And right now, we've always seen that Ryan Benjamin is closing in fast on the race lead. He's always cut it down.
Oh, caution is out.
Oh, caution.
Got a wreck in turn 1. Mark Sylas and Jarrett Tallmadge cars have back end damage. Looks like they may have gotten into the outside wall. Downey leading at the caution flag. You see up against the outside wall the smoke and the tire marks. We'll have to see what happened. At least we made it further here than we did at Talladega. We're up to lap 10 of 41. We only made it to lap 4 at Talladega, and at least we didn't see a pile up here to start like Talladega. Relatively clean race so far, but let's indeed go back and see what happened to bring out this caution flag. From up above, Jarrett Tallmadge on the bottom, Bradley Reim up top, Mark Sylas there on the outside also. Tallmadge, oh wow. Down into turn 1, Reim right to the back of the 6 car. What in the world? Maybe Tallmadge had to back up a bit because Hoffman slowed up a bit behind Minneker going into turn 1 by the looks of that.
An unfortunate break, a weird incident here at Chicagoland. Bradley Reim just clipped the corner panel, and unfortunately that caught up the 22 and the 6. Now let's go.
From another view,
as you can see, everything was going just fine until the 6 just had to brake check, and Bradley Reim just got into the corner panel, and Sylas barely got clipped in the 22, and now let's go butt into the outside wall. An unfortunate break for all 3 cars, but honestly, it was kind of Bradley Reim's fault and kind of Jarrett Tallmadge's fault, but does not change the fact that all 3 cars get torn up here for the first caution of the day at Chicagoland.
Yeah, we'll take one more look. Hoffman right against the bumper of Minneker looks. I gotta kind of call that racing, because you're slowing up going into the corner. Tallmadge had to back up going into the corner. Not only did he have to back off for the corner, he had to back off to keep from running into the O2. Reim can't just back out of it immediately. He's also going to try to get to the bottom also to try to get whatever ground he can. And poor Sylas, just an innocent bystander of what is in my opinion a racing incident, but that's up for the folks at home to decide. Whose side are you on? Coming out of turn 4, lights off atop the pace car, Ben Jung, whatever problem he had coming back out onto the track in the lap down lane there, currently listed 3 laps down. Trouble for Hoffman under the caution. Also, he had an engine expire coming to the caution flag, and he is also now out of this race. Green flag back out. We're racing again in Chicagoland. Another good jump for Gatlin Downey off that restart.
Gatlin Downey in that 37 is just the college beat right now here at Chicagoland. No one can really touch him, and now for 20, he doesn't really look like he's off the pace. So I don't know if he had a mechanical failure or if his time went down or what, but looks like he is up to speed, and that might cause some problems for the 9 and the 88.
And look at Benjamin trying to get by the lap car of Ben Jung. Ben Jung, as you said, he doesn't look like a guy that just had a problem a couple laps ago. He's up there going full speed. You see holding up Benjamin going through turn 3 and 4. And Chesiorski's going to fall back also. The gap that time by Last time by was 0.47. This time by 0.47. So I guess it didn't really hurt him that much that time by, but it will now. He'll get hurt even more as Jezyorski goes to the inside. Now Damian Blue, that's it for Benjamin for right now. He's out of here.
Yeah, the 88 is up to second. And let's see what's the time difference. Looks like it's the same still.
Still 0.47 seconds, oddly enough. So it doesn't really look like Jung is affecting their progress all that much, and Downey's not really pulling away like he was either. Maybe that's just lap traffic not being behind Downey and not in front of him. Maybe that's the difference here. On to lap 18. Oh, he gained a bit that time, 0.05 seconds. Over Jezyorski. Looks like the 88 may have slipped that time.
And the question is, can the 20 get by the 37 and get one of the
Oh, he hit him.
pass?
Ran right into the back of the 37 trying to get a lap back. Downey held on to it.
Oh, man. He's trying to get one of his lap pass, but I don't know what the point of it is.
Goodness, look at Jezyorski closing in that 88. That is just what he needed. Going into turn 3, look at him dive to the inside.
He is flying in that W8, Robert Yates. He is flying in that forward.
Man, he just got by him.
Wow.
Now to set his sights on the 37, half a second to make up for Jezyorski. What a move.
What a move is right from the 88. Now can he catch up to Gatlin Downey in the 37, dominant car of the day?
We saw it the last time. We see it again here. Another gap opening in the middle of the top 10 here. That's Cody Rhodes leading that bunch. He is being hounded by Mike Cook in that 29. Look at him. Going to the inside. These two are going to be side by, well, not quite side by side. Now they're side by side as Cook goes to the inside. But the thing is, that's going to hold that group up.
Yeah, now from that 29 call on back, they need a caution or just have pit stop strapping if they want to have shot at the race win. But right now, still Gatlin Downey out front, but the 88 is closing in really fast.
Halfway done here at Chicagoland, but the fun is just beginning. Jezyorski right against the back bumper of Gatlin Downey going into turn 3. He hits him, moves him up. Here comes Jezyorski to the inside. He's got help from Ben Jung in the 20. 20 slides up. Downey hangs tough on the outside, but boy, that was close.
The 88 tried doing a bump and one, but it did not work out for him, and Gatlin Downey still out front.
See, Jezyorski's got a little bit of an outside groove going there. Outside compared to where Downey's running. Downey's running all the way down on the white line. Now he's running a little higher in that 37. You see him go to the bottom. Looks like Jezyorski's just choosing whatever line Downey is in right now to try to draft back up to him. Benjamin now going to the inside of the 20. Third place.
And the three strongest cars always wrong are 1, 2, 3, and they are all under a blanket with each other. Well, that's if Benjamin can get by the 20, and that reminds me, won't.
Jung went back by on the outside. He's a lap car. Benjamin really wants by as he wants to get back up and battle with Jezyorski, who wants to get up and battle with Downey. They got a lap car in between them. We'll have to see if Benjamin can get by, if or when he could get by. We're coming to 15 laps to go this time. I don't know how much time he's really got to get back up there.
And the question is, did these guys pit during that caution? If not, then you might see pit stops here in a couple of laps. But if they did pit under that caution, then we might see late race pit stops here at Chicagoland.
And they did come down to the pit road, but we could see a second pit cycle because of the time that they had to pit. If they wanted to split the race, they'd have had to pit around halfway, and we just passed halfway, and the pit window is not open yet for them if they wanted to. Well, it is open if they wanted to make it to the end, but how soon do you want to come down to pit road? Do you want to use up your stuff early? Do you want to use up your stuff and then get fresh stuff late? Do you want to be right in the middle? We'll have to see. But now, Jung going back to the inside of Jeziorsky, but Downey didn't get the best turn 1 and 2 either. Looks like he slowed up a bit, but now Jeziorsky's going to slow up a lot because of Ben Jung going to the inside.
Well, Ben Jung, I think he has a couple more extra lap tires or something, but he was on by a minute to say who he comes from.
My goodness. Jeziorsky crossed over to the inside, and this all has opened the door for Alejandro Rodriguez to get right into the thick of this. Look at Damian Blue as well in the 16. Benjamin and Rhodes also.
So many cars that we haven't seen all race are now out of nowhere up in to the top 5 and up front.
This is not good, though. They're still behind the lap car Ben Jung, and well, it might not be that big of a deal to them in the grand scheme of things, as we still got a pit cycle left before the end of this. But again, when are they going to come in? We had the caution come out on lap 10. It has been since that caution, since these guys came down in pit. And we're at 11 laps to go now.
Honestly, I think it would be sometime around now, and maybe lap 33 or 34, if I had to guess, but we just have to wait and see if I'm correct on that. When I'm Gatlin Downey, the dominant car of the day, still up front, but the 20 still trying to get one of his laps back.
And Jeziorsky obviously just wants to get by Ben Jung to get up and battle with Downey, who is just sailing away here. 11 laps to go. Now, peeking to the inside, he didn't have enough ground to go underneath the 20. We're just waiting to see either the first pit stop or if Jeziorsky can get by. Maybe Ben Jung gets by Gatlin Downey, holds up the 37. I don't know what's going to happen in these final 10 laps now.
Yeah, we have to wait and see of how things will unfold. It's going to be a wild last 10 laps here at Chicagoland. When will they pit, or will they gamble somehow, some way, and make it all the way?
Mostly single file behind, but there is a side-by-side battle action here between, well, there was, but Junior, what a run going into turn 3. Fitzwater pressed right against his teammate Mike Cook. That is currently for the 10th position, but not long before all that allowed Caleb Colburn to sneak by on the outside.
And Gatlin Downey, he is taking a chill pill right now. He's drinking a bottle of water, eating some Doritos. He is in a chill place right now.
Oh, there he goes to the pit road. Damian Blue to the lead in the 16. There's what we were waiting for. When was Gatlin Downey going to go? Nobody looks to have went with him from this front group. This is trouble.
On lap number 33, 23 laps after the caution came out. So I think my prediction might be right, about 33 to 35 for late race pit stops.
Wait to see if Damian Blue's going to come in. He does not. Neither does Jeziorsky, Rodriguez, Rhodes, Ozkan. They all stay out. 6 laps to go.
Oh man, maybe they did pit. I don't know. This is really weird. But right now, it's all Damian Blue here at Chicagoland.
Blue going to the inside of Jung, but look at the momentum he's lost. Trying to get by the lap car. Look at who's right against his bumper. He's trying to block both lanes through the tri-oval. 5 to go.
He's trying to do a deal amount at a mile and a half, but it might not work because the 88 all over the back bumper of Damian Blue now.
Down the backstretch, there's the move to the inside. Damian Blue trying to get by the lap car. Ben Jung now going to the outside. Looks like he may be coming into the pit road now. Jezyorski around the outside, and he still stays out. Jezyorski to the lead in that 88 with 4 to go now. And a big lead for the mailman.
I think these guys might be trying to do a Las Vegas style gamble and make it these last 4 laps. I don't know if they can.
Coming around for 3 laps to go in this race. We are far from done. Look at Ozkan going to the outside. Rhodes puts him up and goes to the inside behind Alejandro Rodriguez. Meanwhile, the gap between first and second now, a little over a half second. 0.55 to be exact, and it's going to be a little larger now as Damian Blue got held up battling Ben Jung, but he is now smooth sailing to try to catch the 88.
But can he catch up to the 88 in time, or will the 88 have to pit? We don't know, but what we do know is that there's only 3 miles left and 2 laps to go at Chicagoland.
Going around turn 1 and 2, Alejandro Rodriguez moving into the 3rd position. Haven't really seen much of him in this race, but he is up in contention for a good finish. Looks like Jezyorski's coming down the pit road, coming to 2 laps to go. Damian Blue's going to get the lead with a couple laps to go. This could be Damian Blue getting his first win, or is it? Ozkan's back by about a second. None of these guys have pit yet. Who has been conserving the most?
Oh boy, I don't know if he's got to make it for 1.5 more laps.
Ozkan stays to the outside, and I don't think anybody else can make it. Look at them go down to the inside. It is Samet Ozkan up front. Nobody else except looks like Ryan Benjamin. Well, we'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go, Chicagoland.
Will he be able to make it?
Samet Ozkan. He has come so close, so many times, to a good run, to a win. Pikes Peak lost by 1/1000th of a second, and the win that got away back to Samet Ozkan at Chicagoland Speedway.
He was able to pull a field strategy and get the win. What a race for the 42.
Big win for that 42. He had mechanical problems, fell out of the lead at Talladega after blowing his engine. And the bad luck, the agony, finally over for Samet Ozkan as he comes down pit road victorious.
Sweet redemption for Samet Ozkan. Pulls a rabbit out of his hat, and only 7 drivers were able to stretch it to the end on fuel. What a finish, what a race. Fuel mileage came down and determined the race winner.
He pulls into his pit stall. Look at all these guys that had to pit. All the way back to 32nd. And looks like everyone else that is on the lead lap there may have pit also. So maybe they were coming out of the pit road when Ozkan came around. He looks to have been the only one that actually didn't pit on that green flag run. Great job with fuel mileage for the 42 to get this win at Chicagoland.
Just an amazing job. I can't believe that he was able to make it 31 laps on fuel, but that Dodge for Chip Ganassi Racing, we, they were leading that Talladega, but then they blew up, and we didn't see them at all race long until the very end, and they get the job done. Great job for that entire Chip Ganassi team.
And there are your finishing results in the top left corner again. Nathan, any final thoughts about this race today?
A really entertaining race, back and forth battles all over the place, multiple glues, and fuel strategy at the end. A overall great race at Chicagoland. Thanks for having me once again, and congrats to Samet Ozkan winning on fuel strategy.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun. Once again, congratulations to the 42 Samet Ozkan for getting his first win in the MacTools Cup Series. Until then, I will see y'all next time. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're staying clean and staying safe. Have a good night, y'all.